What is up, everyone? Derek with Lucid, and I got another restore job for you guys. This one I'm actually looking kind of forward to. This is an old deck. It's probably roughly around 20 years old. It's a buddy of mine. He actually asked for a grip tape kit, and I said, hey, just give me the deck. I kind of want to restore it and see what I can do with it. So, gave it to me. Hopefully I can turn it around and make it look a lot better than it does right now. The brand is Classic Woodies. This is actually a brand. I'm not going to even call it a brand. It's just a name that my father actually created. I'm going to say early 2000, 2002, 2003. He made a few decks. They basically went to friends and family. Nothing crazy. And it just faded away. So he just had some fun with it while he was manufacturing boards for other people. Just kind of like a side gig. But anyway, that goes to show how old this deck is. It's roughly about 20 years old. As you can see, it is really weathered. It is beat up, both top and bottom. So my goal is basically going to be clean this thing up the best that I can. I'm going to re-grip it. The Classic Woodies logo is something I created a long time ago. I'm going to have to do some digging on my computer, see if I can find it. If not, I'm sure I just can recreate it. The wheels, I'll probably replace those, put some new bearings. The trucks, I'll try to clean up the best that I can. The bottom of the deck, it is weathered, it's scratched. We'll sand this thing down, see how it turns out, and maybe we'll apply a stain or something like that. I'm not really sure. Just gonna kind of go with the flow of things as I get into it. But that's that. I'm kind of looking forward to see how this thing's gonna turn out afterwards, because it is pretty beat up. It's a little bit of a project, but let's see what I can do, and let's get into it. It's coming along pretty nicely. There is a lot of sanding involved. I am using a couple layers of paint stripper to get that finish off. Because I really want to get it down to bare wood so I can try to bring the color back. Right now I have the second layer on the bottom. Once that's done, I'm going to strip that off and then sand it and get it clean as clean as I can. And then also from there I can be able to seal it up both top and bottom. Put down a fresh layer of Lucid Grip, assemble it, and this thing should be good to go. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but it's definitely going to look a lot better than it did before. Alright, so I have finished both top and bottom of the deck. I put a stain on the bottom as well. It was a weathered oak stain. But anyway, while that's drying, I kind of started getting into the logo thing, that Classic Woodies that was on the tail of both the top and bottom of the deck. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the original, so I am going to have to recreate it. I did take a photo of the most decent one, which was on the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to get into Illustrator and Photoshop, recreate it, print it on some sticker paper, and we'll get it on the deck before I apply the grip and all that stuff. So I'm going to get in here, see if I can't recreate it, and get this thing moving along. All right, this Classic Woody's deck is all done. I am pretty happy with it. Was a lot of sanding involved. It's not perfect, but it's definitely a lot better than the original. This thing, again, is around 15 to 20 years old, so it was pretty weathered, pretty beat up, but I think it turned out really nice. The top got a nice fresh layer of Lucid Grip on there. The bottom, I did sand all those scratches off. I used a weathered oak stain to kind of give it a nice worn look to it, and I think it turned out real nice. The Classic Woody's logo, unfortunately, I couldn't find it on my hard drive, so I did have to recreate that. Wasn't a big deal. And I ended up with one left over. Got ahead of myself on the grip, and I forgot to apply this on the tail over here. So whatever, it's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. The trucks and wheels, I did replace those. I had a set of one of each of the Lucid 70 mil wheel. I know as kids ride this deck a lot, so I thought that'd be kind of cool to put the different color wheels on there. I replaced the Revenge trucks that he had on that deck. They were pretty beat up, so I just put the Revenge Alpha 2, the black one, on here, and I put a little shock pad on here as well. I'm gonna give him the deck. Hopefully he enjoys it. Hopefully he gets another 20 years or more out of it. Other than that, make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have lots of videos up there, and I will see you in the next video.